this is ICBs here, and today we're talking about something that might just make you look at your game library a little differently. So, Ubisoft is back in the news, and no, it's not because they accidentally announced another Assassin's Creed game or because they decided to release Assassin's Creed Jade, which seems like it's kind of ready to be released, but somehow they don't want to release that game. No, it's not because of that. This time, it's about something they said again that's got players side-eyeing their digital purchases. According to Ubisoft, when you buy one of their games, you're not actually buying it, you're just licensing it. Yeah, licensing it. Like you're just borrowing it from the cool kid at school who might take it back whenever he likes it. But the only drawback is that you actually paid the kid full price for the game. Yeah, that feels like a really bad metaphor, but actually fits the situation perfectly. And just to be fair, this isn't new information. Most of us know that this is just how digital storefronts work. But the way Ubisoft just keeps reminding us, it's like they just want to make sure that we never forget just how temporary our collections really are. Let's break this thing down. When you go to Ubisoft store or even platforms like Steam or PlayStation and drop 60 freaking dollars on a game, what you're really doing is purchasing the license to have access to that game. Not the game itself, not ownership, just permission to play the damn game. And Ubisoft clarified this again. When asked why some users had their accounts or libraries deactivated, they emphasized that users only ever license access to the game, which means that they can revoke it under specific terms in the license agreement. And if that sounds a little dystopian, well, it kinda is. Because if Ubisoft or well any other publisher decides to pull the plug on your favorite game or shut the servers down, that license that you paid for, it's basically worthless. Now, in Ubisoft defense, you probably thought you would never hear anyone say that, but here we are in this parallel universe. In Ubisoft defense, this isn't something unique to them. EA, Activision, Sony, Microsoft, they all operate under similar EULAs and user license agreements. The fine print is everywhere, but Ubisoft's the one that keeps getting caught saying the quiet parts out loud. No one ever really reminds people that all the purchases that they're making online on Steam or any other Epic store or whatever, that the purchases they're making are well very temporary. No one says that except for Ubisoft. They already said it before, they're just saying it again. Earlier this year, they deactivated inactive accounts, yes, even accounts with purchased games on them, and only after backlash did they clarify that they'd notified the users first. And now they're doubling down again on this license only approach, as if players needed a reminder. It's like they're legally in the right, but reading the room, not so much. The scary part isn't just what Ubisoft said, it's what it implies for the future of the gaming ownership at large. We are already in an era where most of our digital games, movies, music, all stored on servers we don't control. And while that convenience is great, it means our access is always a bit fragile. Games can get pulled for licensing reasons. Online only titles can die in the moment the servers go offline. And if a publisher wants to, well, sunset a game to push you towards the sequel of that game, there's not much you can stop them. I can already imagine Overwatch, but yeah, you're not a collector anymore, you're a tenant, and your landlord, well, they've got the keys. Some people might say, well, why don't you just go and buy the physical copies? Sure, if the game is even available physically in the first place, but even then, most discs today are just glorified launchers for huge day one patches and online checks. Try playing any modern Ubisoft game offline without the updates. Good luck with that. And you can only imagine playing the version of Cyberpunk that came out in the discs at launch. That game is vastly different from the game that's been updated till now. Games, whenever they're released, they're buggy, they're bad, and they just get updated over time. And this thing, however much is unfortunate, has gotten normalized. So buying the base version of the game in today's day and age is like buying a base game that's going to be built up later on, but you're not going to get all of those updates. You're just stuck with the day one launch of the game. That's going to be, for most instances, really terrible. So even a physical ownership is not what it used to be. Now, where do we go from here? What's the solution? Honestly, that's a tough one. Publishers aren't going to start handing over full ownership, not when live service models and digital distribution are this profitable. But when we keep pushing up for consumer rights, for better refund systems, for transparency, when games are being pulled, and for access to single player content even after sport ends, and maybe, just maybe, companies will realize that treating players like long term fans instead of temporary renters is a better move. With that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think Ubisoft's right to double down on this "you don't own your games" thing? Or is it just another symptom of a modern gaming landscape? I am curious to hear your take, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.